Kia ora, everybody. Welcome to another Hellenic Pagans video. And this is number 26, I believe, yes. Okay, Hellenic Pagans videos are brought to you by the Ancient Fellowship of Mystics, recorded at Agape Prophet House in the city of Latissa, Greece. My name is Evan Rigakis, and I am your administrator. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you guys about the book that was released the end of May, THRESKIA. It's taken me this long to get to this video. I want to do an overview, explaining the book and everything like that, but it's just taken off, and I've been very, very busy. But I did find some time, and I am going to do it now that things have settled down a little bit. So let me get into it. Okay, THRESKIA. THRESKIA is THRESKIA is a book, a 3-book series on Hellenic or Greek paganism. Book 1, which is what has just been released, is the complete rites and rituals of the Hellenic or Greek pagan mystery tradition. Book 2, which I am presently working on, it's already done, but I'm revising it, but hopefully ready by next year. Book 2, the ancient Greek mysteries revealed. And book 3 is called the Untold Greek Mythology, which is basically a lot of mythology that has either gone undetected or hasn't come to light. And also at the same time, what I'm pushing for is picking up where my ancestors left off. So a lot of it will be like a new Greek mythology. But basically it'll be its main concern will be the equinox of the gods, which means that our era or our aeon or age, or however you want to call it, is now a new era. We're in a new era. We're definitely in a new phase in human evolution, and that's basically what the whole thing is about. There is I go into detail about this in another video called Aeonics, if you want to look that up. Right, so book 1 seems to be the most important book of the series. Book 1 was written, well, the whole series is basically written with the beginner in mind. The series is also written with the xeno, or the non-Greek, in mind as well. This means a lot of things, but book 1, the reason why it's so important out of all 3 of the books is that with just this book, with book 1 alone, you will have everything you will need to follow the Greek pagan tradition. There's many books written about ancient Greek religion and festivals and rituals and stuff like that. But what sets this book apart is that it includes all the rituals and the rites, but whereas these other books might talk about these rituals or talk about the rites and analyze it and study it, and you know, they never seem to actually give you the practical step-by-step how to do the festival, like how you do it, you know, practically, not just theoretically or historically. But this is what this book actually does. I don't just speak about the festivals or rites and rituals. I instruct how to do, you know, step by step, easy step by step instructions, really. Okay. Okay, another great thing about the book, if I do say so myself, this is something, like I said, it's been written for the non-Greek. So it's just never been attempted before, and I'm not exactly sure why, but it's very, very important, at least when it comes to the names of the gods and the goddesses. You need to be able to pronounce them correctly. You know, like when I first came to Greece, because I was born in Canada, it was in '87, and I was very much into my research and everything like that. But when it came for me to pronounce a name, I'm asking about a certain god, and I pronounce the name, and they look at me like, "Who are you talking about?" Example. I would ask about Hephaestus, god of metallurgy, you know. And they said, "Hephaestus? Who's Hephaestus?" And I'm saying, Hephaestus, you know, the guy who, with the metal, and he was making the weapons of the gods, he was making the thunderbolts of Zeus, blah, blah, blah. They go, "Oh, you mean Hephaestus?" I go, "What? Hephaestus." So the proper pronunciation is Hephaestus, not Hephaestus. I bring this up in another video about pronouncing Greek. But anyways, what I did is devote an entire chapter to pronouncing Greek. It's very important because even there's always a reaction when somebody pronounces your name wrong, right? Like they'll say, "Oh, this and that," and then you say, "Oh, no, my name is pronounced this way." It's part of identity. It's very, you know, so it's that much more when it comes to the names of the gods and the goddesses. I mean, you want to be able to pronounce it correctly, so that god or goddess will recognize their own name. You know what I mean? Well, they will recognize the offset, but they're not going to be that friendly with you because you can't even pronounce their name right. Okay, so anyways, I've devoted a whole chapter to that. It's I believe I'm headed towards making a video of reading that actual chapter so the pronunciations come out correctly. But and that you don't find in any book, either on Greek paganism or Greek anything. I was into the Kabbalah for quite a long time, Hebrew mysticism, and in order to actually understand it, I would go to rabbis and have them teach me Hebrew, or at least their concept of it and how it all worked and everything like that, and about pronunciation. That's so very important. Okay, so anyways, enough about that. But you would never find anything or a chapter in any Kabbalistic book that talks anything about pronouncing names in Hebrew and reading Hebrew. So, but I put it in my book, and it does set everybody apart, absolutely. And I felt I had to when I'm keeping the Xeno, or I'm a Xeno too. My parents are Greek, but because I was born in Canada, they still consider me. They call me Americanaki. I said no, Canadian. Canadian American, same thing. No, it's not. So let's go through the whole book. I'll just go through the contents page. I know it's backwards, but this is the book. Okay, so the book is divided into 3 sections. Okay, the first section is entitled "The Fragments of Mystical Teachings," and the first chapter, the first fragment, I call it Fragment Alpha, and Melanaster, the Star of Nyx. So basically, this is an analysis of the Star of Nyx as this is our identifying emblem, like the Star of the Mysteries and blah, blah, all that stuff. But I go into detail as to how I obtained it, where it comes from, what it means, and stuff like that. Fragment Beta, Hellenica, is the chapter of how to pronounce Greek. Fragment Gamma is called Pandora, is the gifts of the gods. There are many gifts of the gods. Fragment Delta is called Mandragora or Mandrake, and it's the Greek signatory generator. It's sigils, being able to make sigils of the names or whatever you want. The fragment Epsilon, ekpedevsi, is traditional training. So it's a whole chapter about how to train your senses, how to increase your psychic ability, your sensitivity, all the things that are needed to be able to call on the gods and perform rituals and rites. You need to be able to visualize, there's a lot of things. And the last chapter in section 1 is fragment Vigama, which is called Crystala, or crystals, and it's how to use crystals. Okay, so then section 2 is the mysterious rites. And we start off with the rites of Kronos, which is the seasonal pagan festivals, 8 in total, including the rite of passage, which is the mystery part of it. So we go through the rites, and the rites are the rite of passage, Nithya, which is the greater rite of spring, Anthea, the lesser rite of spring, Pyrrhea, the greater rite of summer, Khania, the lesser rite of summer, Yenea, or Genea, the greater rite of autumn, Hekatia, or Hekatia, the lesser rite of autumn, Nithya, which is the greater rite of winter, and finally Linnea, the lesser rite of winter. But then we have 4 more rites to actually complete all the rites of a tradition. So there is the rite of symposio, or symposium, which is not exactly what you think it would be, but I go into great detail about it. It is absolutely everybody's favorite rite. It is an incredible rite. Then after that I have the rites of THRESKIA, which basically means sacrifice, and it talks about worship. The rite of Hymenios, which is Hymenaeus in English, and this is the rite of marriage. And then we have finally the rite of Chthonio, which is the last rite, the funeral. Now, I think what I'm going to do is take each one of these rites individually and, make a video on it into detail. The rites of Kronos actually can be found on our YouTube channel. I've done a video on each and every one of the seasonal rites. I do describe how to perform them, but maybe not as much detail as what you will find in the book. Now, section 3. These are the traditional rituals. First of all, we start off with a mystic ritual notebook, which are basically notes on every ritual and little key things to pay attention to and to help you. And then we get the first ritual is called Ka Theme Rhine, and it's basically a daily ritual that you do in the morning and at night, I believe. Then we have the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram, Greek version. Then we have the Linnean banishing ritual. Then we have the THRESKIAN banishing ritual. We have a greater house cleansing ritual. Then we have something called catharsis, and that's a miasma treatment. Because Greeks, since ancient times, have always believed in the evil eye, or something called glossophagia, when somebody's talking about you. And of course, they had their own ways of basically lifting that off of you. they consider it a disruption in their energy, and they would get headaches, extreme headaches, and stuff like that. Anyways, but I do go into that, and that's catharsis. Then I have rhizomata. Rhizomata is the fourfold vocation of the root quarters, or the four quarters. Crystal programming ritual, because we program our rituals, our crystals, sorry. Then we have Def Ka Lion, and that's the consecration ritual for Defcalian water, or what the Christians would call holy water. Invocation of wise counsel, which is Mithya, the goddess Mithya, mother of Athena. And then we have a health invocation ritual, prosperity invocation ritual, a deep cleansing breath, the mystic cross, the THRESKIA praying, and the mystic's creed. And I have two appendixes. The second appendix has the mysteries of the sacred flame, and this is a very extensive festival ritual that I created when I was living in Pennsylvania, and I was where was it? Anyways, I was asked to perform some sort of Greek rite and give a talk at this Chesapeake. So I created the whole thing, and turned out pretty nice, and everybody really liked it. So I decided just to put it in as an appendix. But basically, that's the book. It's not only that it's my book, but it really it's a must-have book. I mean, it's everything included in it. I mean, and it is a pretty, and it's a pretty book, isn't it? I'm an artist, so I'm gonna snazzle it up a little bit. But it's extremely informative, and especially for beginners, I think this is a must-have book. It literally takes you by the hand and shows you every rite and ritual and how to perform them. So, if you would be so kind as subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, like or dislike this video as you choose, and I'll see you on the next one. As we all are in the lap of the gods.